President William Ruto has abandoned the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and he has, without notice, moved the country into top-down transformation agenda. So this idea of going to Singapore, if I look back at what Ruto was doing in 2020 to 2022, when he launched the bottom-up campaign messaging, and what I look at when Ruto is doing in 2025 ahead of 2027, I see another campaign messaging. So the whole idea of saying that we are now moving towards Singapore, I say miss me with that. It is all a fallacy. It is campaign messaging. No intention at all. Let's talk about what is happening in the country now. And the president, in his address to the nation and the State of the Nation address through Parliament, went to do a constitutional duty, which was to report on the progress that his government has made in several fronts, on the front of human rights, on the front of national security, on the front of development, and so on and so forth. It's a constitutional duty that he was performing on the day. He tabled a couple of reports on all this, but also in his address to Parliament, he said a number of things, which is what we're going to talk about today. He said, you know, we've gotten to a point in this country where we have been mediocre for too long. We have been, you know, holding ourselves back for too long. We have not exploited our potential for too long, and we need to think big. We need to have a big dreams and think big and put in the resources in a big way so that we can develop as rapidly as possible. And he gave it a 15-year plan. He even talked about how much money it would require. He even talked about the areas that he'd like to focus on. Well and good. We'll get back into that shortly. This is William Ruto, President in December 2025. William Ruto, President in December 2022, was talking about, I have just assumed office as President. As I was campaigning, I said, this country has for a long time had a wrong approach to governance and development. And the wrong approach has been, things are fed to the top, and then it trickles down to the bottom.
Right.
And we've got to change these metrics. We have to have a country where the bottom, where the majority are, where the most vulnerable are, we take resources there, we empower them, we engineer systems that help them to grow, and then it moves up. Okay? He was not the only one. The global leaders were moving in that direction, all of them talking about, in one way or the other, bottom-up transformation of the country. He was elected on the grounds of the bottom-up economic transformation. When he became president, he launched the bottom-up economic transformation, where he said, we want to go and empower those at the bottom of the pyramid. We want to put our money and our resources and our effort in supporting the bottom of the pyramid, and even broke it down into 5 pillars. He said, we are going to have MSMEs development by supporting micro, small, and medium enterprises. We are supporting a huge chunk of our economy to grow. We are going to have agricultural transformation and inclusive growth. We are going to have farmers being supported with input. We are going to look at how we can support farmers with, you know, access to water, access to market, organization, so that farmers then benefit from what they're doing at the farm. We are going to support them in coming up with agro-processing factories and so on and so forth. So that this agriculture cannot just be a food producer, but also a jobs producer. We are going to look at housing and settlement. Many people at the bottom who don't have access to affordable housing. How do we bring affordable housing to the bottom? When you take care of the basics, food, you take care of housing. You take care of, you know, jobs so they have an income so they can afford clothing. You're sorting them out. The other big thing we must do is sort out the healthcare. Make sure that our healthcare is affordable and accessible. That it's as lower cost as possible for the people of Kenya. So UHC was a big one. And then let's have the digital transformation, digital superhighway, so that the young people, even in agriculture, can use digital access, can have access to digital. MSMEs have access to digital. That's how you empower them, right? He was elected on that front. Last month when he went to Parliament, he talked about going to Singapore and becoming this big thing that we are doing. And he came up now with a new idea, new focus area, where he says we are going to focus on big projects. We're going to focus on transport, enabling transport. Let's tarmac the superhighways. Let's extend the railway. Let's work on our airports. We are going to focus on mega infrastructure projects like dams, 50 mega dams and smaller dams.
Right.
We're going to focus on energy, growing our energy from 2,300 to 10,000 megawatts. Good things, spending a lot of money on. If you look at those two things, one is bottom up in its approach. The new one is top down in its approach.
Yeah.
President William Ruto has abandoned the bottom up economic transformation agenda, and he has, without notice, moved the country into top down transformation agenda. So this idea of going to Singapore, if I look back at what Ruto was doing in 2020 to 2022, when he launched the bottom up campaign messaging, and what I look at when Ruto is doing in 2025 ahead of 2027, I see another campaign messaging. So the whole idea of saying that we are now moving towards Singapore, I say, miss me with that. It is all a fallacy. It is campaign messaging. No intention at all.
Wait. Let me switch it up today. Just
Clock it.
Clock.
Niliona President Ruto juzi akisema akiwa juu ya gari, na watu opposition nitawanyorosha asubuhi na mapema. Watu wako hapo wanashangilia, tutam. Sawa. Watu opposition wenye president anasema atanyorosha ni wakina nani? 1, Rigathi Gachagua. Number 2, Kalonzo Musyoka. 3, Martha Karua. 4, Matiang'i. 5, nao wengine wakina Eugene Wamalwa ndio watanyoroshwa asubuhi. Sawa, tuseme amewanyorosha asubuhi, ameapishwa. Kutumia kura yenu nyinyi wenye mnahetu wa Kikuyu, mnasema you are going kwa hii ballot ya 2027 to teach Kikuyu a lesson. Sasa tuseme mmefaulu, mmewatich wa Kikuyu lesson, Ruto amerudi kiti, for another term. My question is, Rigathi Gachagua ni maskini? Haezi kula, haezi fanya mambo yake kwa sababu Ruto amerudi second term. Kalonzo Musyoka izipua. Ruto akirudi second term, mambo yake itasimama. Matiang'i ni maskini? Martha Karua ni mtu maskini? Eugene Wamalwa izipua? Hapana. Aya, wao pia wamesema sawa, umerudi second term, hatuna shida. After there, nani atakuwa ananyoroshwa asubuhi kila siku? Ni nyinyi wenye mnaimba tu tamsai. Kwa sababu mnafikiri Ruto akisema anaenda kunyorosha opposition, mnacheka Gachagua. Mnacheka Kalonzo. Hao ndio watanyoroshwa. You think hiyo loss itakuwa ni yao? Mimi nataka niambie wa Kenya, don't trust huyu mtu na power. Power is too sweet. I'm telling you, power is too sweet. Hata Uhuru Kenyatta ni vile tu ni mtu alizaliwa kwa hiyo power. Ni kitu alikuwa amezoea. Hakutaka kungangania, but angechange hata katiba. Alikuwa na huo uwezo. Naona kabisa yaweza kuwa na huyu jamaa anaweza badilisha katiba. Atoe term limit. Power is too sweet. You saw what Moi did with power. I'm warning people who are singing 2 term. Mtarudi hapa kwa mtandao kwanza kumobilize watu waende maandamano. We have a chance to change this country in 2027. Let us not go to this election with spirit of revenge kwa Wakikuyu. It will cost us. I'm telling you. Hii mambo kusema wacha tuumie sisi wote. Wacha tuumie.
Now, the William Ruto you know now will not be the William Ruto in 2028. Right now, you know a very gentle guy who's trying to be nice to everybody, launching projects all over the place, borrowing money, trying to complete projects because he wants to make you happy. Piga your kura 2027, utamujua 2028. That's when you will know the real, actual William Ruto. Na siku William Ruto ataleta referendum ya extend presidential term limit, na warigi hiyo referendum ipitishwe, musiseme sikuwaambia. Mumelalia masikio sana. Kila siku ninawalilia, tafadhali ndugu zangu, stop being partyless and leaderless. You will remain jobless. Hamski Kahneman amelipa na Kasongo. Ulinunuliwa. Sawa? Nilinunuliwa nikupea good advice. Nilinunuliwa nikufanyie civic education. Nilinunuliwa nikufungue akili. Common sense.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua lies, nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Pile up,